NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Throwing on first down is Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown. Darren Waller, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football. Forced out to his left.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down inside the 30.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 27, Carr. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. To throw is Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead moves to 10-0. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's got a man complete, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
7 yards, the pickup there. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. On second down, Jacobs. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. Carr going to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. From the 30 on second down, Carr. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Carr. He finds his man Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyrod Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there for KC. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 2nd and 5 now. Mahomes, flush to his right. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He gets this one to Johnson. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Carr now on 1st down. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Carr now on 1st down. And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Carr.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Being chased out left. And that is is incomplete.
Well, the ultimate result was an incomplete pass. They sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 83 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Quick completion here to Johnson. And a nice spin into some open field. Touchdown, Raiders. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. This is intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 15. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Mike Ford in on the tackle.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Flushed out right. Johnson's got it complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? It's certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. 2nd down and 7. Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play, because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Dancing to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one almost intercepted. far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. The Chiefs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark is left there.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. CD, this defense, I mean, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd down, Jacobs once more, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. 118 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson, for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right, because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be a 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them